Yes.
Hi everyone, this is Didi.
And I am Fred. And this is our 36-foot floating home sunshine.
Join us as we go sailing.
It's about 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, the 27th of November 2022. This is something don't often get to see. If I'm not mistaken, that's an ultra-large crude carrier being pushed along by, I guess that's an ocean-going tug. He must have had a problem with his main engines, because he is loaded down to the waterline. Very interesting thing to see. Of course, he kind of altered course. I was going to pass him starboard to starboard, and then he altered course to pass port to port, which is actually the proper procedure. So then we altered course again to ensure that we would pass port to port safely. Anyway, it's the dawning of a beautiful new day. Got a tiny little breeze from about maybe east-northeast. Not very strong. Maybe 6-7 knots. Might be enough to get the head sail up. Give us a little extra drive. We're, I don't know, somewhere around 85 miles from our next waypoint, which is the first turn to go around the end of the Malaysian peninsula and into the Straits of Singapore. Beautiful sunrise. Of course, the sun's already been up for over half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. Now, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Sunday the 27th of November. In our travel south, we spy this guy sitting here, not moving for some time. And I guess most people would suspect the name on the side says Caradenese Power Ship Onur Sultan. Most people would probably suspect that has something to do with the oil business. However, I vote for the world's largest portable pipework. I know it's a little strange. Why would it be out here? But I suspect that occasionally they serenade all the passing ships with some nice pipe organ music. What do you guys think? Am I being totally ridiculous? Or is that the truth? Good morning, everyone. It's about 6:30 a.m. on Monday morning, the 28th of November, 2022. You notice here, because we've gone quite a bit further west, that the sun has not come up yet. Normally, the sun would be already above the horizon, but since we've traveled west a bunch, we've moved within this time zone, and there's no sunrise yet, but it's coming soon. Right now, we're traversing the shipping lane in the Singapore Straits, the eastern end. It was quite a challenge coming down through, I guess you'd call it the shipping line, course line, or it's not so much a channel because it's pretty wide open. Coming down next to the Malaysian Peninsula, we passed an area where there must have been, where all those oil rigs are to the west of this area we went through, and we must have seen upwards of at least 200 ships anchored on both sides of the course line coming down to the entrance to the Singapore Straits. It was incredible. And that area is not super narrow, but with the big ships anchored on both sides of it, had to be careful not to get too close to the ships. Anyway, the big ships, of course, are zooming down there, all heading this way, and we had to do some maneuvering left and right to get out of their way, because, of course, inevitably, some of them wanted to cross right in front of our bow. Sometimes if I flashed my big light on them, they'd go, "Oh, look, there's a boat there," even though they got us on their AIS. They'd alter course so they didn't get too close to us and we didn't get madly rocked with a huge bow wave. Anyway, we've been up, of course, most of the night before today, most of yesterday, and most all of tonight, starting like at 9 o'clock in the evening last night, because to be safe, it's really taken both of us up here in the cockpit, one looking over out to the starboard side and one looking out to the port side. The port side, I will look down in the cabin at the nav station and see the laptop, see the nav software, and where all the ships are according to AIS. So a bit of a challenge. Had another big tug tow a huge ship from the south lanes going east across the north lanes, which are going west, right in front of us, basically. Had to do a little bit of a jog to safely get around him as he crossed in front of us. So that was a little bit of added excitement. And of course, like I said, you get these ships come up behind us. Sometimes they get incredibly close. Last night we were almost run over by a ship that didn't have AIS. I was down checking my position. Dee Dee was doing something with food or something, and I stuck my head up out of the companionway, and the ship was literally 100 feet to the port side. I waved to a crew member on deck, and I went, "Holy schmaltz, we almost got erased by about a 300-foot ship." Almost. So that was a little spooky. Really stayed on our toes after that. Anyway, that's all turned out pretty well. And since we're both pretty tired right now, once I turn up into the channel that separates Singapore from the Malaysian mainland, we have to go quite a ways up in that channel to find water shallow enough to be able to anchor. There are two designated big ship anchorages right at the entrance to the channel, but the water is 50 to 80 feet deep, something like that, way more that I'm going to try and anchor my little boat in. Plus then, of course, subject to the ship bow waves washing through that area. So we'll have to hang on, spend X number more hours getting up that channel to find someplace shallow enough that we can anchor. And then we'll probably crash out and spend another night on the boat at anchor, get up early tomorrow morning and head towards the marina. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope y'all are having a good one. We're having a pretty good one. A little exciting at times, but it's okay. Bye for now.